We'll see. So now I got a bunch of Marvel rumors to talk about. So these are just like Spitfire hot ones and whatnot. So Hawkeye may be getting a season 2. So I have two things to do with this. Of one, how do you feel about that? But two, S-Bubs brought up a great question. So Taylor, where are you as far as Hawkeye and Dylan? You saw Hawkeye, right?
Yes.
Okay, Hawkeye
only
ended.
Eternals. The Eternals is
Right.
the only
Okay,
thing
only Eternals. Okay. So Hawkeye ended. They beat the bad guys. Fisk got shot in a very terrible costume. That I know people are like, it's from the comic books. It's like, doesn't matter. Still look goofy. They beat everybody. Clint brought Kate home for Christmas, and that was the end of it. And I think I know when we were reviewing it live, we all thought it was going to get the Loki treatment of the end credit was season 2 coming soon, and that didn't happen, right? So how do you feel about it getting a season 2 as far as it's rumored to be in development?
Well, I don't necessarily feel like it needs a season 2. I mean, I feel like it's just gonna be more adventures of just like Hawkeyes. Like I feel like
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a good dose of that in the first season. Like if you do another season, is it just gonna be more of the same? That's what I'm kind of panicking on. I feel like where that show ended on set us up on a trajectory to pursue with Echo and those characters more so than kind of give us more segue into like what's going on here. Because even with the comic that we read, I mean, maybe there's obviously more comic runs that we can dive into, but I feel like they kind of tackled that narrative basically throughout this show. So
what would you do if there's no season 2? What would you do with Clint and Kate? Because I think that might be it. It's just like, hey, we want to put them on more adventures. Maybe that's not worth the movie. So,
oh yeah, I guess I feel like
the
feel
chat
like
is very much in sync with Yelena, and I think that's more what I'd want if they just said they were doing a Black Widow Hawkeye show, but it was Florence Pugh and Haley Steinfeld. And I like Jeremy Renner. I think he's great as Hawkeye, but I think that's what people are. That's what they're really wanting right now.
That makes more sense to me because with Jeremy, I think like he hasn't retired the mantle of Hawkeye or anything by any means. I don't think so. Like he's still like they didn't kill him off until we get like the golden moment of him just like in the window having dinner with his family, like all together happy and stuff like that, and like that's it, that's done for me, like a good send-off kind of thing, which I don't think we have that send-off with him yet. So
I feel like you could have done that. That feels, him going home for Christmas kind of feels like that. You don't have to.
You think
see
that's
him again.
it? So no more Hawkeye. That's
no,
it
I don't
him.
think that's it. But I would like it to be for a while. I think Hawkeye's one of those characters I would have liked to get a semi-happy ending because he went through so much stuff.
I agree.
I think if you keep bringing him back, you're gonna have to kill him. I think eventually.
Well, that's just it. That's why I don't think you bring him back for season 2. You put him away in the corner, save him for one last hurrah, and then give him like his happy due that he's due, I guess.
Happy due that he's due. Okay, you sound like me in the opening over there, Brad Pitt for roles. But what if the show is Hawkeye season 2, but it's primarily just Kate Bishop because she does become Hawkeye, right? So what if it's
That's
her
fine.
and maybe you get like Clint appearing in a episode or something like that?
That's 100% what I thought was.
Yeah.
What this would be if we were getting to season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no rumors around what it would be. It's just that season 2 is in development. That's just the rumor.
I'd prefer that because I don't want to see just again more of the same between Kate Bishop and Clint. Like I want to see.
What's his
like,
full name, Taylor?
What?
What's his full name? Because you said her full name, so I feel like you forgot his.
I totally forgot his last
Yeah,
name.
I knew it. He's like, because you said Kate Bishop and Clint, and your hand was like doing this thing like you were searching for it, and you just stopped. I'm like, oh, he
starts
got
with a
it.
B?
Starts with a B.
Why can't I remember?
Baxter.
Clint Baxter?
No.
You fucker. That's not it.
Barden.
Oh, thank you. God damn it. Oh, can roast me, S-Bubs.
Are you got a fan in the chat there, Dylan? Yo, is that former Twitch Smash streamer Dylan?
Dylan, yeah.
Do you not know Jay Walker? Do you not know him from anything else? Or
Jay Walker.
The reason I highlight him because I just thought it was one of your friends crashing the stream like usually that happens, but no. So you have people out there fan of your Smash days,
Hello, welcome to the GeekVerse.
John Walker, isn't that U.S. agent?
This is what I do
in
now.
the chat.
Yeah.
I hung up the GameCube controller many moons ago.
Oh, he used to be the chicken 2020.
Oh, I remember the chicken. What's up, chicken? The chicken was the number one fan of my Twitch stream was called Spelunky Smash, I think, at the time, which is an awful name. But that was behind me. But
I don't
welcome.
I don't know
great.
it's Jay Walker, but I remember Dylan talking about the chicken. Because I feel like chicken, you came up a few times.
Legend.
Yeah, I feel like there's times too when we're doing a charity live stream, you'd pop up. You're like the chicken, and then like you can't forget about the name, the chicken.
I'm
you know,
sorry
like,
that I forget the Jay Walker name. The chicken is the memorable name for me. But
wasn't
Good to see ya.
there a Clint? Yeah, but I feel like the mantle's kind of passed off for now. You know, so
I think so too.
Yeah,
I
I think you can have him come back in a crossover, but I don't need that to happen. But I'm all down for more. Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop, thought she was a great character, like great performance. We all kind of thought that, right? Every time she was rumored. So whether it's this, whether it's Black Widow and Hawkeye, whether it's her in the Young Avengers movies, I don't care. Just give me more Kate Bishop. So sounds like you're in the same corner there, Dylan, that you've been putting with Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm there in the corner with whatever his last name is, Jeremy something.
Baxter.
Do you forget his last name now, Dylan?
No, I'm memeing.
Oh, okay. It's Baxter, yeah.
It's Baxter, yeah.
Jeremy Baxter.
Yeah, I really liked Hawkeye. Not to spoil S-Bub's question that we have later on, but I really like that show. It definitely has some flaws here or there, but I just love Kate Bishop. I liked getting more and more time with Clint as kind of not being just that character in the corner that he always kind of seemed to be in the Avengers movies and such. So I'm very excited for this announcement, or I guess this rumor, I should say. And I really want it to be a Yelena thing. I want her to be in there, and for it to be a duo, absolutely. But I love Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. I think she's fantastic. Very consistent character, flawed character that has a lot of places to go in a way that I find very exciting. Unlike Miss Marvel, which I think totally fumbled who that character was in the last 4 episodes. And so I think there's so much that could be done. And I also feel like if the next thing she's in is Young Avengers, I mean, I guess that movie could have a lot of setup of here's your team and stuff. But I think, a season 2 could be a great way to, I mean, if Yelena's once again in it, to get them paired up truly, like for good. And, like leading to that, setting them up so that they would be on the radar, whoever the new Nick Fury is, or maybe it's just Nick Fury again, whoever's like setting up this team. And so, I think there's a lot you could do in season 2. Obviously, throw on any number of villains. You could throw in all these street level characters that Taylor was alluding to, like Echo and I mean, Daredevil's going to be kicked around. She-Hulk's going to be hanging out in the streets now. Fisk, like there's a lot of people just around now. Maybe even, bring a Jessica Jones in there, tons of them. So I feel like there's a ton of room for this. I'm very, very excited for this. I hope it is a true rumor.
Well, let's take a ad break, and then we're going to get S-Bub's question, which Dylan was kind of alluding to right after this. And we're back. So, Dylan, I feel like you kind of answered it, but you can answer it again if you want to. But S-Bub's, that's what you can go over to Patreon. Either you can be in live chat or in the Patreon, send questions in advance at any tier. He said, if you had a chance to choose only one Marvel Disney Plus show to get second season, what would it be? And yours would be Hawkeye, I imagine, right? That's the one with the bullet.
I'm feeling very lucky because I feel like my two answers would be Hawkeye or Loki, which Loki is obviously, it's already filming, right?
Yeah, it's filming right now.
Yeah, so I mean, those would be my two, because I love WandaVision and I love that character, but I don't know if I want the second season of that show in terms of, like, I'm not, like, one of the things I don't really love about that show is where they left off with Vision, actually. So I'm sure if they called it WandaVision season 2, he would be a big part of it again. And I mean, I'd be down to see what they do with that character. But anyway, I want to see Wanda in the movies for the future. And so I think the next two that make sense for me are Hawkeye and Loki. And since Loki already is confirmed, I don't know if that's a cheat, but I would pick Hawkeye if I had to pick one. Because once again, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I love that show as well. But I also feel like that's kind of cheating because we already know that Captain America 4 is happening. So I don't feel like I need another season of the show if we're getting him appearing in the movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go next because I feel like I'm the same as Dylan, that all the stuff that I'd want a season 2 of, I'm getting, or a follow-up. You got Loki season 2. We're getting Cap 4. I very much believe whether it's this weekend or D23, we're going to get the next Wanda-esque project. So whether that's a show or movie, I don't even need to be WandaVision, but just like if it's a series of following up on Wanda and it's just called Scarlet Witch, that works for me. So I guess WandaVision would be my answer, but I feel like that's happening. Other ones we have no announcements for. Like, there is part of me that I still, because I love them so much that I want it to be better as Moon Knight. Yeah, it's just because I want another crack at that. And I would love to actually see him be Moon Knight and be an actual, I guess not New York now, but London, just him actually crime fighting and being on the streets. Because yeah, he has some weird stuff going on, but he is usually known as one of those like street level characters.
Right.
And I feel like that did not happen with the show other than the first 2 episodes. And then right away we're in Egypt and we're fighting big alligators. And I would just love it where he is in London and he's taking out crime and stuff like that, you know. And you can still have the trippy stuff, everything like that. But I just feel like they got too big for their bridges. So I would like that, preferably with a new showrunner. And All in the Game is right where you got Agatha Harkness happening for WandaVision already. So that's true. You are kind of getting like a semi sequel. And Wonder Man might be a spinoff. We'll see. Like I know they have connection in the comic book, but All in the Game, you're completely right about Agatha. So the only one really that doesn't right now, and that's because they're the newest, is what we just got Miss Marvel, but that has a follow up. You got Moon Knight. I feel like Moon Knight's the only one really that doesn't have like a direct, hey, we're doing this next. And I guess Hawkeye, but if this rumor is to be true, that's not the case anymore, right? So, and the other one I would have said honestly too, but again, it has a second season. What if? Because what if I'll take 10 years of What If. I'll take always just like 10 episodes of different weird stories with different characters. Sure, because there's nothing go wrong. If you get a bad episode, it's like an anthology show. Oh, you move on, then you get another one next week. So Taylor, I feel like we kind of cover the gamut. But are you on those? Is there anything we didn't list that you'd want season 2 of or something?
Well, yeah, everything basically has a follow-up in some shape or form. Movie, sequel series, like it really only leaves Hawkeye on the table unless we were to just completely go bold and be like, okay, let's
and Moon Knight, you got those too.
Well, and Moon Knight, yeah. Let's go bold and say, I want to see a She-Hulk season 2, not even out yet. You know, let's get something like that. Just get the ball rolling. So, but truth be told, I would much rather see a season 2 of Moon Knight with you, Travis. I think it's just they need to kind of give us a little bit more there because the finale, like, I can't remember how I felt about it, but like in retrospect, like right now, I just feel like I wasn't positive on it, and it's just.
You said it was the worst thing you'd ever seen. It was pretty harsh.
Worst thing, worse than Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see Miss Marvel at that point, right? So now,
right,
now
of
you
course.
Can,
yeah.
I feel like Moon Knight has not aged well in my mind in these last few months.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for Dylan's mind. I can agree in my mind as well, but I would think so for Dylan's mind as well too. I just almost forget that it happened, which sucks because
it's true.
Oscar was so great in it, but I think it's just again it's those last few episodes at the end where it just like it goes down this route and stuff. So. Well, speaking of street level heroes, Taylor, you're gonna have nothing to add on this, but these are just quick hits. Dylan, there is a rumor that Kingpin and Vanessa, played by the same actress, Vanessa, is gonna be in Daredevil.
Just like that, Taylor.
I don't have much to say on this other than like. Great. I know we've talked about before that who knows, maybe they're never going to address the Netflix continuity, maybe they're never going to make it whole, but obviously we got him back. I really liked her as Vanessa. They had good chemistry, so 100% I'm down. I hope this rumor is true. And again, I like that we just feels like every couple weeks now we're getting more rumors about this Daredevil show, so it's already been announced it's happening, but I just like that clearly that means there's people like the wheels are spinning around and stuff I think is starting to leak out, and I'm happy because that means we're probably getting closer to casting more people and shooting. And what does that mean about Karen or Foggy? Like, are they back too? You know, stuff like that. So
is specifically that actress as Vanessa or just more the character?
That actress as Vanessa, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that. You have to remind me, what was like and this is maybe spoilers, I guess, but where did like her character leave off by the end of Daredevil season 3?
So, Taylor, if you don't want to hear, you can take your headphones off for 30 seconds. But what happens is, remember, Matt gets some evidence on her, and he tells Kingpin, if you ever come out, I'm going to give this evidence to cops, and she's going to go away forever. So, and that's where he stops Kingpin. But I imagine Kingpin, if it's the same continuity, he has a way to get out of this situation.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's not going to see the thumbs up, but...
He's looking away.
She was in a compromising position, but she's good now. Yeah. You're good now, Taylor.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I think of all the characters in Daredevil, there's a lot more that I would be more hyped for. I think this is fine. I guess I like for as much as I love that show. I mean, not enough clearly to remember all the plot points. I don't know. This doesn't really do anything for me personally. Give me Elektra, give me Karen or Foggy or John Bernthal. Like, I don't know. I could name off like 15 characters that I think I'd rather see before that one. And not to say anything against their performance. It's just like the level that character. Bring back Bullseye. Oh yeah, bring back Bullseye. There's a lot more I'd be more hyped for than this is just like All right, cool. Sounds good.
That's fair. Now I'm going to do the reverse where only Taylor can speak on this one. So Moses Ingram, Taylor, obviously she have played a very controversial character named Reva in Kenobi. Some people love her, some people hate her, some people are in the middle, some people don't like the acting, some people don't like the character. So we saw the whole spectrum of that character. Some people are just racist bigots. So we're all over the place, right? We don't know where people feel, but there's a rumor, and this is from a C+ tier, that Marvel has been talking to her about a role. Is this something you would be excited about? And two, do you have anybody like fan casting in your mind that you could see Moses Ingram as?
Fan cast? I would need more time to think.
That's fine.
Too on the spot.
I gave you this morning, but that's okay.
Did you really?
Yeah, everyone just yells out Storm, but I feel like every African American actress that has long hair, everyone just jumps to Storm right away. And as we've seen, there's many characters, but there's also many characters they could be race swapping Sue Storm. They've race swapped so many characters. So I know people are like, "Oh, X-Men are coming, it has to be Storm," but there's just so many out there that I don't think it's that easy. X-Men could still be 3 years off, But if you don't know a role from her acting in Kenobi, would you be for her joining the MCU in some capacity?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's fantastic. I really liked her in Obi-Wan. I think she was definitely a very emotional character. She delivered on the scenes. Could the writing have been a little bit better for some of her stuff? Yeah, but I don't attribute that to any fault of hers. I think she's a great actress, and yeah, give her a Marvel title. Let's throw her in a super suit and see what she's got. So.
Yeah, I think I'm right exactly where you are, where it feels a lot like Amon in Miss Marvel, where Amon was great, but sometimes the writing around her wasn't. I don't know if she's the same level as Amon, but I think Amon was just perfect for Miss Marvel, and Amon also has decades of material to read off of and kind of base a character, where Reva was this original character created for Obi-Wan. Hey, we're just doing this, go with it. And I think the writing for her character was very all over the map, and I could see that as an actress being very hard, and not in a Moon Knight way, just in a way of I did not think the arc was fulfilling, and I still think we talk about this all the time that she's in the Disney family now. People talk about her doing more with this Reva character, so I could believe it. There's lots of roles I could see her in. I just hope that if I see her in the Marvel whatever project it may be, I hope I don't get the same feeling of, oh, there's some scenes where she's great and some scenes where she's not, because then it would be it's not the scripting, it's more an acting thing. Because I thought there were some scenes where she knocked it out of the park, and then there's some scenes where it felt very wooden and stale. But that was sometimes because the character was very wooden and stale. So,
aside from Oscar Isaacs, how many other actors from Star Wars have jumped over to the MCU? Because I feel like it's just a lot of MCU actors that are kind of jumping into Star Wars, like Eric
Richard E.
Selvig
Grant, he got him. Amelia Clark. Yeah, we did this last week.
Well, he went from Star Wars to, or was Rise of Skywalker before Loki, or Loki before Rise of Skywalker?
Before Loki. So you got Oscar, you got Richard E. Grant, you got Amelia Clark, like Dylan said. You now have Alden Ehrenreich, who's supposedly playing Obadiah Stane's son in Ironheart. So the villain Iron Man 1, he's supposedly playing his son. So,
wow.
And I think last week we found a fifth one. So in the chat, if there's anybody that has one, let me know. And I did not see no, and this is the thing, and people are going to take away my Anya Army card, but I've still not seen Queen's Gambit. Have you seen Queen's Gambit?
I have, and I honestly don't remember the character that she played in it, even though I really like that show. I was going to say, Mads Mikkelsen, what was first, Rogue One or Doctor Strange?
Gotta be Doctor Strange. What? No.
So he's another one.
I think so, right? Or was I wrong? I think Rogue One was 2016. It's 2017 for Strange, and then Rogue One was 2016. So that would be a fifth one, but I don't think that's the one we got. So I feel like Taylor's looking it up right now.
It happens a lot.
It's funny. I don't know if the reverse has been happening. It doesn't feel like lots of Marvel actors are going over into Star Wars. It just feels the opposite, but I guess maybe it's just because with Marvel you get busy. As Bub says, as Samuel L. Jackson technically, but no, Queen's Gambit I want to watch.
So. I like that one.
Queen's Gambit I want to watch. I love Anya. It's just because I think it's a show I haven't had time, but it's on my list and I will this very soon because I love Anya.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a great show. I do not remember.
I'll pull. Do you even know what Moses Ingram looks like? Would that help you if I were to pull up?
I do.
Okay, so then clearly not anything too well for Dylan to be like, yeah, that's great. So,
Doctor Strange came out November 4th in the United States, 2016. And Rogue One came
Oh,
out December
God.
16th, 2016. So
Okay,
technically,
fair enough.
it's clear.
Yeah, Doctor Strange came out a month before. She was apparently the best friend's character, Dylan.
The best friend's character? The
Or
best
the best friend of the character, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say. I still don't remember.
Well, there you go. That's what we think about Mose Ingram. And then we got our last two here. Not much to add here, but just a little update that apparently, and we could even find this out this weekend confirmed. Echo, Secret Invasion, Agatha House of Harkness, Ironheart, Loki Season 2 are all set to release in 2023. Obviously, those are just the live action shows. I think that all makes sense. That's a stacked year if we do get all that. The only one I question is Agatha, because I feel like we've heard very little other than just it's happening. Oh, look at that. S-Bub's coming in for another one. Carly from Falcon Winter Soldier.
God damn.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So that's 5 for sure. That's 5. Not counting Samuel and not counting Mads. But yeah, so that's a banger year if all of those come out. Agatha, like I said, I'm not sure if that's going to actually happen just because we've heard very little on it other than it's happening, but all these other shows, they're filming right now. They're in pre or post production. So I can believe that. And that seems like a healthy, that's 5 shows that Agatha does come out. I think that's a healthy amount for 1 year.
So looking at this, Secret Invasion filmed like years ago. I'm exaggerating, but it's done filming.
I was like, what the? Yeah, it
Loki
is, yeah.
Season 2 is filming right now. The rest of these, Echo, we've gotten a lot of word on recently, but it hasn't actually started filming yet.
No, it is filming right now because apparently Charlie
filming
Cox did a scene 2 years ago. Fuck, 2 weeks ago.
2 years ago.
And then-
they're planning way ahead the MCU now.
And then
Ironheart, I think Ironheart is about to or is filming as well.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah,
think that's
so-
why Alden got cast just recently because he's the villain of the show. So I
Right.
think that's
There
why.
you
So
go.
I think it's about to go into.
Ironheart. Yeah, that one makes a lot of sense. Black Panther, that's where the character is getting introduced. You do a post-credit scene setting up that show.
Yeah.
Or that's what I assume would happen. It doesn't
I
have
think
to
so.
necessarily be a post-credit, but I mean, the character will largely be set up anyway. So that one, that's like a home run. I think Loki's a good one because I feel like that's not one that would get like pushed or have issues, you know? I feel like it's kind of solid at this point. Like maybe
Season 2.
maybe
well.
Echo like runs into some issues, they need to redo stuff or edit or change some things around, but I feel like Loki, you're kind of good to go there. Yeah, I think you, as you mentioned, Travis, I think Agatha's the one that I don't know. That feels like a bit of a stretch, and I'd like to see it because I think the further you get from WandaVision, the less that show is going to hit for people, but yeah, I don't know. That just seems like a bit of an oddball to throw in the mix, especially when you factor in. I assume like an animated show or 2 is going to come out next year as well.
Oh,
like,
well, they already confirmed X-Men and Marvel
Yeah.
Zombies What If for sure. So those will
That's
fill
a
some
lot.
of those gaps. That is a lot. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Agatha, Superman Mike says, Agatha's the only MCU thing coming out I have no interest in. She was okay in the small doses. See, I'm really excited for that because I'm excited for them getting more supernatural stuff. The only one I feel that way is about Echo, but already because they've said Kingpin and Daredevil are in it, I'm excited. But let's say if you took them out, I have no excitement for Echo right now other than, okay, I like the character enough. They just didn't sell me on the like why she needs a solo show, but, you know, hopefully they will do that, so.
It'll be kind of cool to see Agatha in a setting without the Darkhold as well, because that was something that she relied on.
You're 100% right.
I
Toward
I
her
thought of
role.
one. I thought of one more Star Wars to Marvel. I don't know if we mentioned this. Lupita Nyong'o. She was in.
That's true.
She's
Yep.
the voice of Maz first, and
Yeah.
then I don't know what filmed first because I think they came out at a similar time. But
No, Black Panther was 2018. Force Awakens was 2015. There's 3 years apart with those bad boys. So.
she was in the first. She was in the first. Star Wars?
Yeah.
I guess she was right.
Yeah. Where's my Wookiee? Yeah.
There you
So
go.
yeah, there you go. That's
It's
a
a fun
6-1.
thought experiment.
Wait,
doing
you said Emilia Clarke was one of them, Travis?
Secret
Yeah,
Invasion. She's in
Solo,
that.
and she's in Secret Invasion.
Oh, she's guaranteed in Secret Invasion?
I got my point.
Yes, she's
I got my
filming.
point
She's
for that.
talked about it. She's rumored to be the lead villain. You know, it's
okay.
happening. So, let's see. What was the selling point of the Agatha show then? That's a good point. So I think with Echo, to me, the problem was they were setting up this whole confrontation with her and her uncle, right? That turned out to be Kingpin. But then looking at the show, she shot her uncle in the head and he seemingly was dead. So I was like, well, that seems like a non-issue. Clearly, Kingpin's not dead. He's going to come back. By the time, it's like, what's the issue here? Agatha, I guess it's just because I'm interested in more of them doing whether like I loved that scene in WandaVision when they showed her prequel when like all the witches had her tied up and she started sucking their souls. For me, that's just the selling point of seeing more of that side of the MCU, supernatural, witchcraft, dark stuff like that. That's why I'm into that show. And just even then, it left her in a place of like she doesn't remember who she is and she's locked in this town. Already, I'm excited to see how does she get out of this situation. So that's what sold me on that show.
Did we mention Oscar Isaac? That's another one, right?
Yeah, I looked at a list and I shouldn't have.
Yeah, no,
'cause I found a
that's how we
whole fuck
started.
ton
That's how
more.
we started. Yeah.
I
Is
just
there
didn't
more?
name it off.
There's a fuck
There's
ton
Paul
more?
Bettany. Paul Bettany's one.
No, he was in-
no,
Andy-
he was in
he
Solo
started in
afterwards.
Marvel. Yeah, he started in Marvel's Vision and then went to Solo.
Yeah.
So he
and then
doesn't
went to
count.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
okay,
I guess
got that confused.
still, no, this is good. Go down this list because I did say to Dylan, I said, I don't know how many people are doing the reverse. Okay, Paul Bettany did the reverse. Who else you got on this list?
We got Natalie Portman, so that was Star Wars, then Marvel.
Don't count the non-Disney. Just the Disney era.
I'm thinking the new trilogy. Was
Yeah,
I'm not counting Woody Harrelson. That's something else. John Favreau, I guess.
I guess technically he went from Marvel to Star Wars. He is in Mandalorian as a Mando.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
Andy
okay.
Serkis is another.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he was Snoke to Claw. Yeah, actually, no, he was Claw to Snoke because Claw came out first in Age of
Right.
Ultron. Yeah.
Ben Mendelsohn. There's another one there.
Oh right, he was the villain in Rogue One, and he was in See,
I
they
just watched that
definitely.
episode of Barry last night. Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh yeah, Ben Mendelsohn, very good. Yeah.
I
He's
guess
gonna be
Donald
Spider-Man
Glover.
too, I think. Right?
Yeah, he was Solo and then Spider-Man: Homecoming. He's Miles' uncle, which is still not paid off at all. We're still waiting for him to be
I hope
Miles'
that
uncle.
pays off.
I hope so. If they never bring him back and they introduce Miles, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like, you got this guy. Okay. Well, I don't think we're wrong in saying that they share a bunch of talent. Like, as we've seen, we've gone past 10 of like multiple occasions. So I think you're forgetting Jon Favreau's massive role in Solo. Oh right, he was that little alien dude too. He voiced him. I forgot. So
Oh,
he
the
went.
little green guy, or
Yeah,
was it?
yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. So there you go. Espo's always keeping us on our toes. So and finally, about this was kind of I threw this in the Marvel questions and whatnot, but Josh, you're right. Patreon, send it in. Thoughts on Tom Holland not voicing Peter in Spider-Man freshman year? Who, if anyone else, do you think could fit or could be a good fit for the role? So this is, I think this is pretty much confirmed. It's coming from a lot of C+ tiers, and I'm not surprised because like it's the same peer, but I just didn't think they were gonna get him down for maybe like an 8-12 thing. I just thought it might be too expensive. What I'm completely fine is if I think everyone said the same thing. The guy who voiced him in What If did a great job. Done. Just get that same guy again. He sounded enough like Tom Holland, but he sounded a little bit different. I'm sure there's lots of great voice actors, but if it's not broken, don't fix it. Just get that What If guy again, and I'm just so excited for that show. But yeah, get the guy from What If. Works for me.
I'm trying to find out who that was.
There you go. What about you, Taylor? Well, Dylan looks up. Are you fine with the What If guy, or would you want a new person, or is there someone like classic you want to bring back? Chris Pine?
Yeah, Chris Pine. The What If voice actor is totally acceptable. If not him, if he's busy, he's on vacation, let's get Matt Lintz in there. I want to see him voice Peter Parker.
Who's he from? I don't know.
He was Bruno in Miss Marvel. Just bring him in. He doesn't have. He's not.
You had to Google that name, right? You didn't have that top of mind.
I did not have that on top of my head. No, I was like, what's Bruno's name? Matt Lintz. Let's get him in there. I mean, why not? They already got his audition tape, so we know he's good to go. Foot in the door.
Yep, that you're not wrong. So,
Not wrong.
did you get that guy's name yet, Dylan? From What
It's
If?
hard because on IMDb it's like additional voices. And like
Yeah.
all of them. So
Let's
I
see who
can't-
wins, Dylan or S Bubs in the chat. Go
Oh,
right
I
now. Let's see.
forfeit.
Confuse people and get the voice actor from the PS4
that was
game.
my suggestion. Yuri
Yeah.
Lowenthal is
Yeah,
I believe his
he's good.
name. He's great. He's played the character in many more forms than just that game too.
Oh yeah,
Like he's played the character a lot, I think. So I think that's a really good pick.
I'd be
I don't
down.
know if- Yeah, I don't know if I have like another suggestion for someone. I think that was one I was thinking of.
The '90s animated one, Dylan. Get that guy back. You know.
Oh hell yeah, I'm down for that.
They better. What I'm waiting for is him to be in Spider-Verse. You know, I hope, because I'm not sure if you've seen this, Dylan, but the very first teaser for Spider-Verse, when you I think it's when you pause one of the logos. One of the logos looks like the '94 animated show, so people are hoping that we get some of that Spidey action. So let's hope. But yeah, Joss Keaton. Oh well, I don't know. We got two. We got Joss Keaton and then Hudson Thames, says S Bub. So Dylan's looking it up right now. I'm sorry, Clay. I'm gonna trust S Bubs just because like S Bubs is our guy in the chair. But S Bubs, if Clay beats you and you got this wrong, this is gonna be
You have to
Marvin.
forfeit your
Spider-Man in multiple-
fandom to the
Is
GeekVerse.
Spider-Man in multiple episodes? Maybe there is two separate people.
I think he-
according to IMDb, S Bubs is correct.
I think he's Joss Keaton is the guy. Oh, maybe Fanboy Clay might just be saying his suggestion maybe too of who could play him because people have suggested this guy as well. So
no,
well,
I think he was saying that. He won't.
yeah, dead wrong. But yeah, okay. So Hudson Thames. So yeah, no, I think he was in 2 episodes. So, but yeah, we'll find out this weekend. I guess Friday. It's almost 2 days away. So there you go. So let's take our last ad break. We'll talk about some trailers and we'll be right back.